Look at these pictures from Fortaleza. A year from now, the World Cup is happening in Brazil. And what a test for the Americans to go there a year out. Now, they lost 3 days ago, a huge challenge tonight. But, Becky, you just told us in the break, losing at the place you're going to play the World Cup.
Senhoras e senhores, vamos à execução do hino nacional brasileiro.
When we return, it's the United States taking on Brazil. Luke Wellman and Julie Foudy on the call. Coming up next.
US Soccer on TNT Sports is presented by Volkswagen. After a defeat in Sao Paulo by 2-1 at the weekend on Saturday, Emma Hayes hopes her side can put things right. It's time for another battle in Brazil as they get set to face the number 6 ranked team in the world once again. A challenge unlike anything else that this side will face. And there is a lot of intention around the fact that they have come at this moment, 1 year out from the World Cup, to give Emma Hayes' squad the chance to experience just exactly what it is like to come and play in this country.
You hear the buzz, you hear the roar, the excitement to be watching their Brazilian squad play. And what an opportunity for this U.S. team to get another chance. A few days later, after that disappointing loss, to get another chance to experience this. You can only grow in this type of environment.
There are 6 changes to the lineup from Saturday's 2-1 loss for the United States. 1 change in goal, with Claudia Dickey coming back in to replace Mandy McGlynn. Kennedy Wesley, Avery Patterson, Rose Lavelle, Michelle Cooper and Emma Sears all into the starting lineup today. The other players dropping out: Tina Davidson, Giselle and Alyssa Thompson, Claire Hutton and Trinity Rodman. It was a fast start for the US at the weekend, with Sophia Wilson's first goal back just 2 minutes in, but the game turned on its head soon after. Goals in the 11th and 14th minute for Brazil, and Emma Hayes felt her side did improve after half-time, but still lots to be learned from that experience at the weekend. This the 45th all-time meeting, and Emma Hayes making it very clear. It's one thing playing Brazil in the United States. It's another thing playing them in Paris, even in a gold medal game. But this is completely different. The referee is from Spain tonight, Paula Cebalada Lopez. And we are about to get underway here in the second match of this US trip to Brazil, the country that will host the World Cup a year or so from now. Incredible atmosphere in this northeastern corner of the country here tonight as we are underway. And Heaps with the ball over the top towards Emma Sears. Lavelle tried to play it through, and Emma Hayes has talked to her team about these opening moments, about ways to try and quieten the crowd. And they might look to try and play it long in the early stages. The pitch not in great condition. And the referee has given the free kick here the way of the United States early. Presume maybe an offside. Claudia Dickey with the high ball forward over halfway. Heaps trying to get underneath it here. Just looking to keep that ball in play, but couldn't quite manage it. And here is the first opportunity for Brazil to try and bring the ball forward, but back towards Emma Sears on the far side. Emma Hayes wanting the direct play of Sears on one side and Cooper on the other tonight. She was hoping that they could try and get the ball early and play down the other end of the pitch to quieten this crowd, but that's not the case in this opening 90 seconds. It's an early corner here for Brazil. The work down that side by Gomez.
And again, you see the outside backs of Brazil, Helena Gomez, who's getting forward, often attacking in a 3-2-5. We've talked about the numbers and players and overloads that Brazil can create with those numbers up high. And let's see if they can convert Brazil on this corner kick.
Maranhão, who scored at the weekend, 4 goals in 10 caps, the 21-year-old across to the far side to take it. Everybody back defending here for the United States. Maranhão floating this one in towards the penalty spot. Maritza towards the byline. Forward from the back for the set piece. Now the high ball played forward by Angelina, the Orlando Pride midfielder, comes towards the edge of the box. That shot was blocked there. The hands kept firmly behind the back of Michelle Cooper, the Kansas City Current attacker. And now Sophia Wilson over halfway. Wilson's ball through, superb, runs towards Laval. But Lorena, the Kansas City Current goalkeeper who starts tonight, the experienced keeper in the lineup for Brazil, having come off the bench at the weekend late in the game, was able to get there first.
And for U.S. fans who maybe didn't catch the first Brazil game and are thinking this game is fast, this game is going to be this fast for 90 minutes. This is complete transition and chaos. We talk a lot about 8 pass sequences on this U.S. team.
Wilson. And no way there for Wilson to try and get past Isa Haas as it's cleared downfield.
And with those 8 pass sequences that the United States tries to put together against top 10 teams, they typically get about 28 8-pass sequences a game. Against Brazil in these last 2 games, 0 8-pass sequences. It's that crazy of a match. Constant pressure on the ball, off the ball. You will see the physicality of it. And you also see in this one, Rose Lavelle taking a much higher position to try and get, she's playing in the 10, to try and get her almost like a double 9 with Sophia Wilson up top so that Wilson isn't as isolated. And they can start moving numbers and players forward.
Here come Brazil down the right side, and it's Gabby Portillo, San Diego Wave, trying to get something going there as her club teammate Kennedy Wesley went across to battle. You talked about the physicality of it. Brazil do like to go player for player. And
I'll tell you the matchup you want to watch. We just moved that screen. We don't control this world feed. On the bottom right corner, Sonnet and Dujinha. That was a battle of the ages in the last one. NWSL fans know the year that Dujinha is having with San Diego.
Heavy NWSL influence in the Brazilian lineup tonight. Right across the midfield with Ari Borges of Angel City, Portillo of San Diego Wave, Angelina of Orlando Pride. And here's Heaps, bound for NWSL after winning another title with Lyon in France. Isabella, the PSG defender, battling back there against Emma Sears. You can see the strength of the challenge there, just getting her body in the way, the arms up. Into Emma Sears. Isabella with a throw down that right side. Got an assist on Maranhão's goal on Saturday. Just a 6th cap for the 24-year-old from PSG who played 90 at the weekend. Cooper's ball through. Lindsay Heaps was chasing but couldn't quite get there. It's fast, it's frantic, it's exactly what you would expect. And the throw taken quickly down the line towards Michelle Cooper. And out off Isa Haas, the America defender.
And let's see, we've heard Emma Hayes say that she's been so pleased with the progress with set pieces and corner kicks for this U.S. team. They had 7 in the second half in that last game against Brazil. Weren't able to convert on any of those 7. 0 in the first half, 7 in the second. You know she's going to want to be better, and this team is going to want to be better in this situation. And this is where they can put the dagger in on Brazil.
Rose Lavelle with the corner, the first of the game for the United States. Sonnet amongst those that will be targeted in the middle. Comes towards Sonnet actually and just loops over the bar. Another corner going to be given here for the US. The US now losing the last 2 games played against Brazil.
And you see the jostling that's happening. 2 players in front of Lorena trying to block that traffic. Sonnet and Wilson getting tighter. Wilson's.
Lavelle looped in towards the back post, and Kennedy Wesley unable to keep that one in play, so it's out for a goal kick.
You just got to love this atmosphere, though. Brazil hosting this World Cup next summer is going to be so insane. It's going to be so fun.
Emma Hayes said for these players to experience this, it's not just about what happens in the game as well. It's also about players getting booed during warm-ups.
Yeah.
Goalkeepers, when they come out to warm up, getting jeered before the game as well. Just completely different environment as Emma Sears looks to try and get in. And she did actually say she's surprised that other top nations haven't made this trip to play in these conditions ahead of the World Cup next year. We're 8 minutes in, it's still 0-0.
8 minutes in, and Sonnet and Dugenia are still battling each other. And there is Sonnet wrapping up Dugenia. Good call by Lopez, the referee, the center ref. I thought the referee from the first game could have made some more strong calls earlier on to try and simmer down the pace of this.
This referee usually takes charge of league games in Spain, recently refereeing European World Cup qualifiers. As the throw comes in from Isabella on the right side, it's hooked forward there by Angelina. Rose Lavelle climbing, got a little flick to it, played back forward at the back by Isa Haas, and then Fox towards Michelle Cooper. Emma Sears giving chase, and Maritza with a high clearance away to the near side. And the US have been up to it so far, haven't they, in terms of the physical challenge that has been presented so far by Brazil. Fox with the throw down the right side. Sophia Wilson wins the throw after the challenge of Isa Haas. It's taken quickly in towards Michelle Cooper.
And this is where I think the United States can get better. It takes 3 touches sometimes. Here's a bounce, here's a bounce. We can't get anything down, and you never get it down. So the U.S. has to be better about cleaning up that ball, creating a little bit of space from that pressure, because it's coming, and then playing around that pressure. You have to engage, yes, but when you engage too much and get stuck in it, it's exactly what Brazil wants. They want to pin you. They want body contact. And it's taken the U.S. 2-3 touches to get a ball down.
Peeps back for Fox. Keeps down the right side, right in front of Ate Elias, the Brazilian coach, standing on the edge of his technical area. Who's named head coach back in September of 2023, replacing Pia Sundhage. And Emma Hayes very vocal. One of the learnings from the weekend was the need to manage games, knowing when you need to go quickly, knowing when you should try and slow things down.
Which is so hard when it's such a physical game, right? Because you feel like you're constantly under pressure. And even if you don't, I mean, we saw Sophia Wilson get in behind and in the box in that last game, and then not able to make that final pass, a little bit rushed, because you do feel that pressure, even if you're not under it. And that is the switch you have to make offensively. You're fighting defensively, and then you've got to just calm it down a bit offensively.
Fox with a throw towards Lavelle at the byline. And that one has gone out for a Brazil throw off Rose Lavelle. It's the first time the United States have played in Fortaleza. Prior to Saturday, in fact, it had been a decade since they played in Brazil. That was back in the 2016 Olympics when they ended up losing to Sweden on penalties in the quarter-final after a 1-1 draw. Every time Brazil even get into the opposition half, the crowd sounds like it's a goal-scoring chance. Up comes Marisa, the Tigres defender, to take this one. A 20th cap for her, 24-year-old defender. Trying to turn against Michelle Cooper. Throw is the decision here from the referee, as the Brazilian fans wanted a free kick for that challenge by Cooper.
I like that decision by the referee. Got the ball there.
Lily Johannes down the right side, brought down by Cooper. Maritza getting back. Cooper snapping at the heels, and she's given away the free kick there.
Maybe that one not so much, the ball. Understandable call there.
Claudia Dickey urges calm as she comes straight out to the edge of the area. She read it well.
One of the things that Emma Hayes has talked over and over about one of the skill sets of Claudia Dickey is just this, her feet, and how she can set play. And of course, in a game where you are player to player the entire time, as Brazil is, Claudia Dickey is going to be setting a lot of play.
And that's an example there of what Emma Hayes had talked about, the fact sometimes, especially in the early stages, alleviate the pressure, just go long. You wouldn't often see Claudia Dickey going long from a situation like that, usually more often playing out of the back, but it's about recognizing what the game needs.
Yep, exactly. We were talking about it in pregame, and they understand that they need to get higher up the field. They need to put players higher up the field, and if they build out from the back with that man-to-man presence, it just brings in more Brazilian players and chaos.
Forward it goes from Sonnet and straight through towards Lorena. Lorena playing every minute of the NWSL season so far for Kansas City Current. 3 clean sheets in 12 starts for Kansas City for the 29-year-old Brazilian keeper. At the other end, Dickey with 8 clean sheets in 10 previous starts. It's her 5th start of 2026. It's Emily Sonnet's kind of game. Emily Sonnet loves this.
This is so Sonnet. Watch all of this. No one's got the ball. And this was the entire first game. I had my eye on them when the feed would allow it. Those two, Dugenia and Sonnet. And what Sonnet is doing is so intentional. She's pushing Dugenia higher up the field. Typically, Sonnet would be pulling back and building. She's pushing higher to clear her, to give Dickey that space.
That was an intentional decision for Emily Sonnet to play in that role. Emma Hayes actually described her role as a blocker.
It's like you're setting a pick. You can't get to Dickey. I'm picking her for you. Dickey would respect that as a basketball player herself.
3rd consecutive start today for Emily Fox as the throw goes down that touchline and played back inside by Wilson. Kennedy Wesley forward. Now Patterson with the high ball downfield. Cooper underneath it as it's one in the air there by Marita.
And again, you see the strategy of the United States being, let's get that ball forward and then get numbers forward, instead of a build-up play like you would typically see them settle that a little bit more. With the chaos that Brazil presents, with the numbers they bring, they'd rather play in Brazil's defensive half, US's offensive half, than in their own.
6th start in the last 7 games for Emily Fox, who finished second in the WSL with Arsenal this season. Wilson's ball into the middle, couldn't find Cooper as it's cleared away by Maritza up towards halfway. Sonnet stepping in well. Johannes tried to slide in, but gliding over halfway. Gio, and eventually pulled down, and I think the referee will give the free kick here. Gio, the Atletico Madrid attacker, forcing the challenge, and the yellow card coming.
And here, let's track this run by Gio. She's got 2 players on her. Hard to see from that angle.
There was that moment at the weekend in the build-up to the goal where Lily Johannes should maybe have taken a yellow card.
Absolutely.
Stop the play.
Yeah, and I was just thinking there, they probably could have gone to ground earlier, stopped the play.
Looks like this will be left for Angelina. 3 goals and 47 caps. It's a long way out. They'll go short. And then wide of Dickey's post. She looked calm. She looked as if Claudia Dickey was never going to be troubled by that, and it was Maranhão with the strike.
Maranhão trying to wrap her foot around it. Dickey had it covered, very confident, as you said, that she was. And you can see what she's doing. Sonnet coming, breaking down that angle for her and blocking that angle.
Heaps gets the flick on. Patterson now in with the challenge on the far side. And taken quickly by Emma Sears, but she couldn't find Lindsay Heaps. It's hammered back downfield where Sonnet meets it in the air. Kennedy Wesley sliding in with the challenge. Avery Patterson doing the defending up against Gomez.
As if the game isn't hard enough, let's create a field that's also uncomfortable. Looks like it's got a lot of wear and tear on that one.
Well, at the weekend there was talk of the balls being flat as well that were being used. All the grappling that was going on. Emma Hayes saying at one point it was a bit like a wrestling match. Looked like that was offside as it's played in towards the back post. Cooper will chase across to the near touchline.
This is a kid to keep your eye on. Maranhão plays for Palmeiras, 6 goals this season. Young, 21 years old, and yet she's got a lot of clubs looking at her right now because of her pace and her one-on-one ability, goal scoring ability. 4 goals in 10 games, just 10 games with Brazil.
Took them a long while to call that one back for offside, but there is VAR in play tonight. Heaps. Sophia Wilson up against Gomez. Wilson into the box here. Sophia Wilson, and saved by Lorena. Wilson did score against Lorena in NWSL play just a couple of weeks ago in a 3-1 loss for the Thorns in Kansas City, and she tested her then.
Exactly the situation the United States wants. Sophia Wilson up against Isa Haas, beats her, little shimmy, and tries to sneak it in near post against Lorena. Didn't get enough on it to get it by her on that near post.
Little push from Heaps on Gio. Sonnet was one we mentioned. Lindsay Heaps also loves this kind of game.
Yes.
Would it have been your kind of game?
Oh, absolutely.
As a player? Yeah, of course it would.
My only red card came against you. Do you know who?
Yeah.
Brazil in Brazil. Of course it did. I actually remember it.
Straight in towards Lorena. And it was deserved, presumably.
No.
Oh.
I got stomped on a bruise on my leg, and you can see like in this type of game how this happens, and I got caught kicking her off me. I was just reacting.
But you also scored against Brazil. Not that anyone can see it because there's no video footage.
Yeah, right. It was in the 1800s, that's why.
Sonnet needs to clear this one and just puts it out of play. There was a bit of a miscommunication there between Sonnet and Dickey, who didn't quite come for that one. US beating Brazil in the gold medal match in Paris with that Swanson goal. Swanson is back in the squad, didn't play at the weekend. US also won in the Gold Cup final in 2024 with a Lindsay Heaps goal. And Dickey has to come and get there. Free kick given here by the referee.
Little hesitant on her decision to come, but Claudia Dickey does get there.
Dickey only conceding one goal so far this year. It was in the 2-1 win against Japan in San Jose. Issa Haas all over Wilson, and eventually the referee's whistle goes. Sophia Wilson was doing a good job battling there for a while, and Lily Johannes taking it quickly, gets the yellow card for Gio. Gio scored in the Copa America semi-final win against Uruguay. Brazil, the Copa America Femina champions, record extending 9th Copa America title last summer. They beat Colombia in the final on penalties after a 4-4 draw after extra time. The footwork and the ball through coming from Maranhão, but the Palmeiras attacker couldn't find anyone, and back the other way it goes. There isn't a moment to breathe right now. Well, this one's 0-0 in 24 minutes. Imagine what Brazil-Colombia would have been like in a Copa America final. Here's Cooper down the right side, and Cooper couldn't get the direction past the keeper or the power that she would have wanted in that one, straight at her club teammate Lorena.
But you see in 2 passes the United States in and behind with this Brazilian player down. The U.S. gets a chance to reset. Cooper does a really good run of coming back onside to stay onside. I think it's that last touch takes her a little wide. Could she have cut it in behind Marisa and then been able to have a better angle on goal?
Into the 25th minute in Fortaleza. Might not be the prettiest game, but certainly you don't take your eyes off it. Anything could happen at any moment. US Soccer on TNT Sports is presented by New York Life, proud sponsor of US Soccer, and by AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
I have done a philosophical debate in my head of there is a purpose to this. I get, like, the Brazilians think if they're going to play like this, they've had success. Like, they've beaten the U.S. the last 2 times. Okay. But I do feel like this Brazilian team, as we're watching some of the physicality of this game and the chaos of it, is they're good enough and skillful enough to play a different style. Like if you matched up against the US and just played like normally, I think they would have a lot of success. And they're deeper. I mean, Brazil of old, no. Right? But this Brazil, I think you can make that argument. It would be interesting to me. It's not Arthur Elias's style at all. He wants to come in and run, you know, through players, and he wants this physicality, and it's proved successful. So who am I to argue the other side of it? But when you equate the beautiful game with Brazil, this is not the beautiful game. So I scratch my head a little bit sometimes and think, but could they be playing really good soccer and beautiful soccer? Because they've got the athletes, they've got the depth now. We may never know under Arthur Elias.
It's about wins, Julie.
I know. And it's proving successful, so what do I know?
Maranhão with the ball wide to the right side. Push forward there by Gomez. And Portillo chasing across to the far side, manages to win the throw. Isabella coming across to take it. Headed away by Kennedy Wesley. Johannes up towards halfway. Sears will chase. Wilson across there as well as Issa Haas just lets this one roll out of play. 21st cap for Issa Haas. Sophia Wilson getting that goal at the weekend. It's her third consecutive start, the first time since the Olympics. She scored just 2 minutes in on Saturday in the first game between these two. Avery Patterson, the Houston Dash left back, in a bit of a battle there, and it goes out. Gomez doing enough to make sure that Patterson gives away the corner. Look at the fancy footwork.
I'm telling you, Maranhão, this is a player that is so fun to watch. Number 19 for Brazil, as we were talking about. She's got a lot of that Marta-esque quality. Speaking of, Marta is on the bench.
The outswinger here towards the penalty spot, and Dickey is able to get there. Contact wasn't good enough. And Dickey with a high ball downfield quickly, which will be chased here by Michelle Cooper, who got a shove in the back, but the referee allows play to continue. You just see Michelle Cooper now with her head in her hands on the ground after just looking up at the referee and getting nothing back. Emma Hayes arms aloft on the touchline as well, but here comes Emily Fox. Down the left side it goes for Sears to chase onto against Isabella. Isabella gets a touch there. Emma Hayes is not happy that a couple of calls were not made there, but there's also a Brazilian player down. It's the Waves, Dudinha, 19th cap for her, 6 goals for the 20-year-old. Started all 13 games for the first place Wave this season. 5 goals, 4 assists.
Right there is when she grabs her right leg.
Virginia starting for the 2nd consecutive game, went off in stoppage time at the weekend. Got an assist on Pia Zanarato's winning goal. Before Saturday, the last 2 meetings were in California in April of 2025. US winning at SoFi by 2-0. Rodman and Heaps, and then Brazil won with that late goal in San Jose. Well, half an hour in, and Dudinha's night looks to be over.
There is that plant on the right leg. You see she's in a lot of pain, and NWSL fans all over hope that she is okay. She has had quite a season this year with San Diego. 5 goals, 4 assists. And as you've seen in these 30 minutes, is just a handful to deal with defensively. She gets forward. She, on both sides of the ball, wants to work. She's fast. She's ferocious.
Concerning sight here just after the half-hour mark. Not only concern across Brazil, but also in San Diego. Might be Bia Zanerato getting set to come in, who scored the goal at the weekend to make it 2-1 just 14 minutes in. We'll wait and see. They're trying to hurry here to get things sorted on the touchline. US with a player advantage for the moment as Patterson's throw goes on in towards the box. Is that a corner? It is. Very few chances through 32 minutes of play. Keepers having to be alert, but not really forced into any big saves.
And it is Bia Zanerato who is going to come in into that. See if she drops into that 9 where Jorginho was.
"46 goals in 131 caps for Zanerato of Palmeiras. Rose Lavelle, good delivery in towards the back post. Emma Sears met it there. Might drop down towards Johannes, but Brazil can clear towards halfway. It'll come straight back here with Michelle Cooper. Forward to the edge of the box. Heaps trying to pounce, but Lorena is there first. And another player down injured now. Chio went down as soon as Lorena collected that one. I think the referee asking Brazil to get the game moving here.
This is the thing with Brazil. In Brazil is it can be choppy in all ways. Injuries, the ball is out of bounds more than it is inbounds. Stoppage of play. And you can see the referee trying in these first 30 minutes to get a handle on it. That is Gio, who is sitting already on a yellow card.
Emma Hayes said, "We won't lose the World Cup today, we just take more steps closer towards the World Cup." It's about learning. It's about the experience of dealing with situations like this when the game is extremely stop-start. And maybe you think you've got some momentum and then things happen to just slow it down. Some of the younger players within the squad will leave Brazil much better for the experience. It's Pachuca's Aline Gomes down, 13th cap.
It truly is the gift of playing under this. The atmosphere, the physicality of it, the way that this game is like nothing else. It's just so chopped up and transitional, and you cannot replicate that. And so now you go into it, and especially the reason they do this is for the World Cup in a year's time in Brazil. you go in better because you know how to handle it emotionally. That is the hardest part of it. Yes, the physical, but I think it's the emotional toll it takes to stay calm.
Well, the referee is coming across to the bench, and a yellow card shown, I think, towards Arthur Elias. Definitely the Brazilian bench. We got cards on Saturday as well.
Would you want to referee this game? Thank you.
He's still going. Arthur Elias. The referee, Paulo Cebollado Lopez of Spain, is taking a few minutes to decide what to do here. Is he going to be sent off? Or what is it? Does he need to put a penny on? Maybe the top,
like,
maybe his shirt is the same color as the US jerseys. Well, there you go. That's not something you see every day. If he stays there the whole game, it'll be a miracle. Angelina across on the far side, and this one is played in towards the 6-yard box. Took a couple of touches on the way through. Players down in a heap on the floor as it's headed in, and the flag is up for offside on Isa Haas. It won't count.
Oh my. This is crazy. Oh goodness. It gets cleared out. The lines get cleared out. Clearly Isa Haas in an offside position and a player on the field.
See, you're talking about Brazil playing a more beautiful game, but I actually absolutely love this. I love this.
I don't.
I grew up with all this nonsense.
Oh gosh. I mean, the thing is it's, I mean, what was the stat we said? Emma has never lost 3 in a row to the same team. She's never lost 2 in a row to the same team. So it's working.
The US haven't lost consecutive games since October, November of 2022. That was when they lost 3 in a row. Remember that fall against the European opposition, England, Spain and Germany.
And then she lost in San Jose, lost in the first game here.
Japan She Believes Cup.
Japan, yeah.
5 defeats for Emma Hayes in what is now 40 games. Against CONMEBOL opposition, they'd won 4 in a row before the loss on Saturday, outscoring opponents 14-0 in that run. Are they looking at the challenge from Heaps here to decide whether it might have been a penalty? Nope, it's all good. Play back underway then, inside the final 5 minutes of a fiery first half. Claudia Dickey's ball downfield, another tumble off the ball, this time Heaps involved once again. And a free kick here given against the United States.
There is the offside call from before, an easy one. Even with Heaps' foot back.
Isa Haas fires it wide to the right side, headed away by Patterson. Patterson again on the far side, leaving that one to go out of play for a throw. Coming up next, the Volkswagen halftime show. Sarah Walsh, Shannon Box and Becky Sauerbrunn in studio. And now Sears trying to get in down the left side here. Cooper's in the middle, Sears cutting into the box, and Emma Sears just keeps that one in play. Goes out off Isa Haas, picked up here by Sophia Wilson. Johannes, Sears. Patterson's cross in, and Cooper couldn't get there as it's headed away. Gio's ball up towards halfway, won by Kennedy Wesley. Wesley continues to chase, Fox in there as well. She's hurt her ankle. This is Cooper. Now Sonnet across to the near side to try and do the defending against Bia Zanerato. Cooper back as well. Good challenge. And Lily Johannes up towards halfway. Heaps. She was fouled. It's a free kick for the United States.
And there is the triple tackle earlier. Michelle Cooper coming all the way back. Really good recovery run to get back and steal that one from Marignal.
Yellow for Heaps.
Zanerato, Bia getting a yellow card as well. They are coming out. They are flying fast. What are we at, Steve? We're at 5.
3 for Brazil, 2 for the US. I wonder what they're going to find to break down from this at half-time.
Well, here, no, it's like, what do you even break down? I do think the U.S. has to pick its moments to try and calm things down. You just can't sustain this for 90 minutes, right? And when you're playing to get in behind and playing for set pieces, the United States has to be better on corner kicks and set pieces and those moments when you can do some damage in the box.
Well done by Avery Patterson. And she'll win the free kick. Great work by Patterson there with Gomez all over.
You see the hands go in the air, like, how many times? But that's where, again, you just have to recognize, okay, this is the game. This is the game it's going to be. And how can we not get ourselves into this battle with every single play? A lot of that is getting in behind, moving, bouncing balls across that pressure in an angled space. So it is not easy, there's no question.
The win on Saturday was Brazil's 4th in a row. They won all 3 games in the April international window. Pressure coming as Dickey is able to clear it away. Johannesson with the challenge. In April, it was a 6-1 win against Gambia. They beat South Korea by 5-1 and Canada by 1-0. They'd lost 2 in a row before the current 4-match winning run against Venezuela and Mexico, but won 3 games of 4 played in Europe to end 2025, including a 2-1 victory against England in Manchester. They beat Italy in Parma by 1-0. Portugal 5-0. We're into 7 minutes of stoppage time being added on at the end of this crazy first half in Fortaleza. Patterson sliding in with the challenge, and the flag is up for offside.
it's good to see Emily Fox on the bottom of your screen with that tackle. She was grabbing her ankle earlier. She's back out there and moving. She has been just so key on this back line for the United States.
Fox with the third most minutes on the team this year coming into this game, behind Hutton and Rodman, neither of them starting. And Heaps has gone down. Caught there by Angelina.
Angelina immediately says, I'd get her on the back of that ankle there. Hopefully she's okay.
Angelina with 9 appearances, 7 starts for Orlando so far this season. No goals, 1 assist in NWSL. Actually scored a penalty in the Copa America Femina final and then missed in the shootout. The atmosphere intense.
I love that tight shot of them roaring.
Headed away at the back. Lavelle trying to get in there to win it back. Patterson brings it down. Little flick forward, couldn't find Puccio. Isabella in the challenge with Sears. This is Lindsay Heaps down the left touchline. Heaps over the top. Sears trying to get in around the back here into the box. It's Emma Sears. Sears cutting inside. Denied by Lorena. It's Wilson. Oh, what a stop from Lorena. It looked like a certain goal.
What a double piece of goalkeeping by Lorena, because Emma Sears gets free, gets a little window, and she catches that with her right hand, and then this one with her left. Look at this save, because it's got some pace on it. A pure reaction save with her right hand, and then has the ability to get up and across on Sophia Wilson. Sophia Wilson immediately putting her hands to her head, because she knows there is one. Oh my, what a great save by Lorena. Knowing that is one that has to be put away, but let's give some credit where credit is due. The double save by Lorena to keep Brazil at 0-0.
Lorena now down after a double save that brought a reaction from the crowd that would have been similar for a goal. You would put your money on Sophia Wilson scoring from that situation. Marisa was the player that was diving back in as well, as Sophia Wilson just controlled that ball.
Yeah, and the importance of that, Marisa, that pressure, because Sophia Wilson didn't get all of that ball. She was a bit rushed by that pressure from Marisa, which gives Lorena an opportunity to make that save.
Kamali, the substitute keeper. Lorena came on herself at the weekend when Lele went off injured. And that stoppage maybe helping Brazil out a little bit with the momentum halted here as we approach half-time. That was by far the best chance of the game for either side in stoppage time at the end of the first half. Lorena denying Sears and then Wilson. The US had 56% possession at the weekend. The shots were tied 11 each. But they've lost their last 2 against Brazil. You have to go back to 2011 for the last time they lost 2 games consecutive against the same opponent. They lost to Sweden in January and July of that year in 2011. The weekend, 62% of passes completed for the US, the third lowest pass completion rate since Emma Hayes took charge. The 4 lowest pass completion rates for the US under Emma Hayes have all come against Brazil.
Not surprising at all.
Here's Johannes driving forward. She's got space to carry it into the Brazil half. That should be a yellow, but it's just a free kick, I think.
And that would be Gio Reyna's second yellow. I agree with you, Luke. That should be a yellow. It doesn't look like she's going to get one here.
I mean, Lily Johannes was driving through, and if she hadn't been brought down there, that would have been a goal-scoring opportunity for the United States. The 7 minutes has been played, but there was the stoppage with Lorena down during the time being added on, so there might well be a couple more minutes to be played here.
Here's a good opportunity for the United States to even try and test that shoulder of Lorena.
Rose Lavelle standing over it. Heaps goes down. Over it. Heaps goes down. You talked before about making the most of set pieces. And that one just drifting through and out of play for a goal kick here as we approach the end of this first half. VAR is just taking a look at this to see if there was anything in that challenge when Lindsay Heaps went down.
We'll see what the world feed gives us for replay, but it didn't look like there was enough on it. Yep, I agree with that.
Isa Haas played forward by Isabella. Gomez down the right touchline. And Avery Patterson couldn't keep that one in play. Throw for Brazil, maybe another 60 seconds or so at the end of this first 45 in Fortaleza. Lindsay Heaps goes down again. She's getting frustrated. And the referee calls half-time. A first half that went as would have been expected. Stop-start, not many chances. Tackles and challenges flying in. It's 0-0 at the break. US Soccer on TNT Sport.
Had the better looks, that's no question. 5 shots, 4 shots on goal. Can they be the more clinical in this second half? Because you just don't get that many sniffs when it's a game that's as chaotic as this.
So in comes Trinity Rodman for the United States. Just the one change made by Emma Hayes at half-time. Rodman, the 24-year-old from Washington Spirit, in for her 57th cap. And Marta coming into the game as well, we're told, as there are a couple of changes here at half-time. Ludmila coming in as well, scored against the US in the She Believes Cup back in 2023.
At first glance, it looks like it's Michelle Cooper who's playing in that right back position where Emily Fox was. I'm going to guess she's going to play in a very much a wing back position, getting higher.
Ludmila did come in. We're told it's Caroline, not Marta, that is the change that is being made as well by Brazil. So Manchester City's Caroline, a teammate of Sam Coffey, who has missed this international window with an injury. Coffey would love this kind of game as well, had she been fit. Picked up now by Lily Johannes in the midfield. Over the top it goes. Rose Lavelle chasing onto it. Isabella turns it away. Into touch for a US throw by the corner flag.
And there is that run out of midfield that the US wanted to see more of in that first half. Rose Lavelle stretching that back line.
Fourth corner of the game then coming for the United States here in the opening 2 minutes of the second half. Rose Lavelle across to take it from the near side. Heaps tries to get on the end of that one, but Kennedy Wesley will chase. Out of play it goes off Ludmila. And Kennedy Wesley wanted to take it quickly. Kennedy Wesley stopped from taking that because the VAR is just taking a look at something. Play will be allowed to continue now.
Sonnet still chirping at the referee, not happy about that, because again, another element you're adding into this every time you want him to take a quick restart.
Heaps back for Cooper on the far side. And has Cooper won the free kick? Yes.
Saw Michelle Cooper calling for it.
Maranhão goes into the book for the challenge on Cooper.
And that is the 6th yellow card for Brazil in this game. Sorry, 4th. 6th yellow card.
Sonnet forward from the back. Kennedy Wesley in there as well. She scored her first international goal from a set piece in the last window. Rose Lavelle plays this one into the box. Up comes Rodman. Kept in play by Ludmila. Stepping past Kennedy Wesley, but given away to Trinity Rodman here down the left side. Couldn't find Emma Sears. Sears, though, battling to win it back. This is Rodman. And now the ball played forward through the middle as Kennedy Wesley gets back. Wins the free kick. She's had a good night tonight, Kennedy Wesley.
Very good, very good. Fully capable of handling the physicality of this game and has been reading the game well as well. There she is coming back, playing it with her head all the way back to Dickey and picking up the foul as well. And that is Maranhão again, who just got the yellow card.
And in the back of the picture there, you just see Lily Johannes almost pulling the jersey off Bia Zanerato on the way through. All credit Kennedy Wesley for the performance that she has put in out there tonight so far. A 7th cap, scored her first international goal against Japan in Colorado. This her 5th start in 7 caps. Played every minute of all 13 games for the NWSL leaders San Diego Wave. Artur Elias obviously likes the look of the penny because he could have got changed, I suppose, at half-time, but chose to continue to make his point.
Keep on the blue polo.
Cooper fouled. Sonnet's ball forward, brought down by Lindsay Heaps. A lovely little flick into the path of Trinity Rodman. Rodman setting up for the shot. It takes the deflection on the way through as they get the block in. Rodman once again here, along with Cooper, unable to get on the end of that one. Ludmila chasing forward against Kennedy Wesley. Luzmila tried to play it through, and Claudia Dickey able to get there at the feet of Gomez. I think the flag was up for offside anyway.
And again, it's Kennedy Wesley with Luzmila, and she's just in an offside position there. They keep the flag down, and all of this play has to continue, but it turns out she was in an offside position. But Kennedy Wesley again doing very well. Knows Luzmila well, San Diego teammates.
Wesley first to the ball. Rodman. And Rodman skips the challenge and gets the free kick. Maritza, the Tigres defender, lucky not to get a yellow card on that occasion. And Rose Lavelle standing over this one. Lavelle scoring on her last 2 starts and 10 goal involvements in her last 9 US starts. 5 goals, 5 assists. Lavelle's ball into the box. Emma Sears gets ahead to that one. Patterson with time to bring it down. Patterson's high ball forward towards Heaps. In the battle there with Isa Haas. Over the top of Johannes. The amount of time Emma Hayes has spent on the edge of the technical area with her arms in the air in this game, mainly towards the referee. Wilson. Gomez with the ball inside. Dropping deep on this one, they'll drive forward with Caroline. Lovely skill from Maranhão. Brazil causing problems here as Sonnet tried to get the challenge in and Johannes was able to slide in. But Caroline almost found an opportunity there to get a shot away, and after that waves her arms towards the crowd to get them even more involved than they already are. But it's Maranhão that is down injured after the challenge from Cooper.
There is Caroline, and the late, timely tackle by Lily Johannes.
Caroline scored against the US in San Jose in that 2-1 win for Brazil back in April of last year. 15 WSL matches this season for league winners Manchester City. Had 9 goals, 5 assists. Heaps away. Rose Lavelle chasing. Emma Hayes said Rose Lavelle told her yesterday Brazil can go player to player all they like, but no one will outrun her. Rose Lavelle said no one will be able to compete with her for 90 minutes in terms of her movement, her energy. Wilson. Lavelle to the right, is played through for Rose Lavelle. What a chance for Lavelle! Oh, just past the post. 10 minutes into the second half, it could have been 1-0.
And on cue, Luke, to your point, Rose Lavelle coming out of that midfield. She comes in from behind, and there she is as Sophia Wilson runs at that back line. This first touch keeps it close, keeps it on. Lorena cuts that near post angle. She gives it a look, just catches a little too much of it on the outside. And again, the United States getting themselves in these good positions and unable to get on the board.
2 big chances now that the US have had. And at the other end, Michelle Cooper back there defending. I don't think there was much in that there from Michelle Cooper. She got up and Maranhão is now down, clutching her knee. You can see on the face of Emily Sonnett what she thinks about that. Bia Zanerato coming in as well.
Here's the defensive play by Michelle Cooper. Catches her with her foot, coming up off of that.
Michelle Cooper, another one tonight who has been up for this match and everything that it's brought.
I do love too that she's showing her versatility, playing in this wing-back position, having to defend against Maranhão, and then Caroline. I mean, she's coming against some of the best 1v1 players in the world right now.
Certainly not enough in that for a red card. The VAR took a little while to have a look. And now Dickey will play this one towards halfway. Johannes trying to get the flick for Heaps. Two players that started together in the Champions League final for Lyon. Ludmila with the ball through. Sonnett defending here. And Sonnett timed it perfectly in the challenge against Bia Zanerato. Caroline came chasing across.
Really well done by Sonnett, because she was probably outmatched for pace on that one. Timed that tackle perfectly. Had to go to ground to clear that one away.
Patterson's throw up the left touchline. This will come straight back forward from Isabella. A couple of minutes short of the hour mark as Cooper heads it back away. Patterson underneath it. Heaps. And now the shot from distance there coming in from Angelina, and the battle still continuing as it's gone out of play for a goal kick.
Well done by Kennedy Wesley not to come in across her. Always have to be so careful when you're in the box like that. One misplay, missed tackle, missed slide, and this game is turned on its head.
You mentioned it though, teammates in San Diego, Wesley and Ludmila will know everything about each other's game as Roosevelt tried to flick that one forward, brought back by Maritza. It looked like Ludmila was offside there, and the flag did indeed go up. The US had won 10 in a row before the loss against Japan in April. Now 2 defeats in the last 3. They've only failed to score once in 25 games since the 0-0 draw at Wembley in November of 2024. That was the 1-0 loss against Japan in Seattle. That was the first time losing without scoring a goal under Emma Hayes. Isabella down the right side. Emma Sears did well and wins the throw, but will now leave this one for Patterson. Patterson in there with a challenge. Free kick given here for Brazil. Avery Patterson playing every minute of all 11 starts for the Dash so far this season. It's her 9th US start today. She was also in the 11 against Brazil in San Jose in the 2-1 loss in April of 2025. It was her second cap after making her debut against Brazil at SoFi. Here's Zanerato chasing forward, but Sonnett goes back here to Claudia Dickey. 3 clean sheets in 11 games for the Reign in NWSL this season for Claudia Dickey. Heaps forward.
Again, the U.S. looking to go high and then back and then in like this one in behind.
Almost trying to get back as Patterson chases to the byline. Avery Patterson does really well here. That cross into the middle. Comes back for Johannes. The pitch cutting up quite badly now. Wasn't great to begin with. Out off Johannes' foot for a Brazil throw. Lily Johannes turns 19 on Friday. Here come Olivia Moultrie and Claire Hutton.
I think that will be good for the U.S. to get some fresh legs in midfield. Moultrie having herself a really nice season, as we know, with Portland Thorns. Johannes and Lavelle come out. Moultrie's first look and time in Brazil against Brazil. Hutton had that first game. I thought she actually struggled a bit. Was unable to get a hold of the ball. A little bit off the pace of the game. You don't usually see Claire Hutton struggle much, and for this young player, what an experience and time to get 2 games against Brazil will mean to her career is just enormous.
The 20th cap for the 20-year-old BFC midfielder Claire Hutton. And an 18th cap for Olivia Moultrie of the Thorns. Lindsay Heaps with appearance number 178 tonight. Wilson, who had that great chance at the end of the first half, denied by a wonderful save from Lorena. Sophia Wilson with the way opening up, gets the shot in, it's deflected in, and the United States lead. Sophia Wilson with the strike, deflecting past Lorena. It has been a battle of epic proportions in Fortaleza, but Emma Hayes' side is in front.
And look at how Sophia Wilson is just refusing to let go of this ball. She's playing the pressure, feeling it, and then sees a little gap there that she can shoot through. Off balance, gets a hold of it though, and there is the deflection that causes chaos for Lorena, and it's exactly what the United States needed in that moment, because Lorena has been so good in goal. And it's off of Isabella. Lorena has no chance on that one, and there you have it. Finally, the United States up 1-0 in this one. And all the irony of missing that one that was so close, and there you get the deflection.
Sophia Wilson with a 26th international goal, if it was on target, before the deflection. She scored at the weekend her first goal since October of 2024 against Iceland. Went off Isabella past Lorena. And it was going to take something weird or wonderful to beat Lorena tonight, given that first half performance. We got the weird.
I was actually thinking in my head, it's going to be wonderful. Because this game deserves that. And then, no such case. And there is Dugina from before with the crutches. Oh, you just hate to see that.
The San Diego attacker off on a stretcher in the first half with that injury. You thought it was fierce before. Now Brazil find themselves trailing.
Yeah, we saw them go down in that first game. Sophia Wilson with that goal in the second minute. They came back fiercely, scoring too quickly.
Marisa turning under pressure from Trinity Rodman. Ari Borges is there in the midfield. The referee plays on. Moultrie into the path of Sears. What an opportunity it is here for the US. It's Moultrie. It's Moultrie off the post. Rodman is still there. Rodman's ball back into the edge of the box. Lindsay Heaps couldn't bring it under control. These are the opportunities that have to be taken on the biggest stage in the biggest moments. 2 or 3 occasions tonight when the United States could and maybe should have scored. Now down the other end, Brazil hoping to make them pay, but there's no way past Michelle Cooper.
How good has Michelle Cooper been in that right back position?
You think she'd fancy a move back there?
I think
Probably.
she'd fancy a move anywhere if she can get on the field.
Ljudmila chasing forward. Dickey came to get there. I think it's out off Wesley for a corner. In fact, a goal kick given. Ljudmila can't believe that.
And what a battle this has been. Angelina with that beautifully chipped in ball. From that angle, it looks like it's off Ljudmila. And here is the look on the other side. Olivia Moultrie, that ball just catches in behind her, but she thinks she can wrap enough around it. See how she has to stop, reset her feet, doesn't quite reset. But to your point, Luke, those are the moments where you can finish this game off and create a little gap on a team that is just so hard to create a gap on.
Sophia Wilson confirmed as the goal scorer. It isn't an own goal, so she's got goals in back-to-back appearances. Emma Sears carrying it forward. Now it's Sophia Wilson across goal. Maybe could have had a shot.
I think she was trying to shoot that and just missed it. But you're seeing a lot of, and here's the Marisa tackle, and she's taking a look. I think she's trying to hit that and just completely miss-hit that one. 2 really good looks for the United States, though, as they start to break down that Brazil back line. They're getting more disorganized.
So Wilson with goals in back-to-back games for the first time since June, July of 2024. Scored against South Korea in June, then Mexico in July. Has to be said that this crowd has created an incredible atmosphere, and it wasn't always the case that this amount of people would turn out for a Brazil game. A year out from hosting a World Cup, whether you like the way they play or not, Julie, the game is in a good place.
Oh yeah, and I'm ecstatic that they get to host this for the first time, because obviously they've had it on the men's side, never on the women's side, and this is a country that needs a boost on the women's side. This is a country that has been so good in football for so long, yet their women's team, and they've come so close with one of the best players to ever play the game in Marta. They've never won a world title. They've won silver medals at the Olympics, but they have never won a world title or a World Cup or an Olympic gold. And to have Marta back, she'll be 41 at this World Cup. I mean, can you imagine winning it for her in her country and what that would mean to this country and to women's soccer in Brazil and globally? And I'm just thrilled that they're going to get a chance to highlight their team and hopefully a lot of new players and talent coming through the pipeline.
Their first World Cup appearance was 1991. This will be Brazil's 10th time in the World Cup. They qualified, of course, automatically as hosts. The US in '99, the only host nation to win. Marta is amongst the subs tonight. Didn't play at the weekend. Another change coming up shortly. Raissa Bahia will be coming in of Palmeiras. One of the changes being made. Defender, just a 3rd cap for her. Brazil failing to advance from the group stage in 2023 in Australia and New Zealand, finished 3rd with 4 points behind France and Jamaica. They've gone out at the round of 16 in Canada and in France in 2015 and 2019 after reaching the quarterfinals in 2011. Emma Sears struggling. Maybe just got something in her eye. Avery Patterson credited with the assist, a third career assist for the US on Sophia Wilson's goal. Tassiane getting set to come in as well. Teammate of Johannes and Heeps at Lyon. But the change is not before this throw-in is taken on the far side. And it comes towards Rodman. Rodman! Lorena with a big save. Wilson was following up but couldn't squeeze that one home. If it was not for Lorena, the Kansas City current goalkeeper, this game would be out of reach now.
And here it is off that throw-in. The little hop skips on through. Oh my goodness, another really good look for the United States. 3 excellent looks to finish off this game. And there is Marta getting up to warm up.
Angelina leaving the game.
And
also Isa Haas. Duda Sampao coming in. As well as Tassiane. And Haisa Baya also into the game here. Sonic with the high ball forward. Sears tracking back, trying to halt the run on the far side as it comes back towards Michelle Cooper in that deeper role in this second half. Tassiane at the back, comes across towards Maritza. Maritza with the high ball forward, headed back where it came from by Michelle Cooper. Tassiane's 29th cap. Still just 23 years old. The central defender who just won the title in France alongside Heeps and Johannes. And it looks like it's time for the hydration break. 73 minutes in. US leading Brazil by 1-0. US Soccer on TNT Sports is presented by Volkswagen. Live life in the driver's seat. And by CVS Health.
You get the feeling, Luke, that this game has clearly turned into some momentum for the United States. They're breaking down that back line more. They're getting numbers. They're overloading that back line. 2-3 really good looks. The Sophia Wilson look where it came across the Olivia Moultrie off the post. And yet the United States hasn't. The Trinity Rodman, Lorena, really good save, and yet the U.S. hasn't been able to separate, and the Brazilian team knows this. Plenty of time on the clock. They're still in it. They've got the whole home crowd for them.
This is the 8th all-time meeting between these teams in Brazil. US with only 2 wins in the previous 7, but right now Sophia Wilson with her 2nd goal in as many games could be the match winner here for Emma Hayes' side. Took a deflection on the way past Lorena.
Right off Isabella. Lorena's cutting that at the near post, and in it goes to the far post. And it seems incredibly fitting for a game like this, honestly, for it to be a goal like that. That puts the United States up 1-0.
And if they hold on, it will be a first win in Brazil since December of 1997. Hutton in there with the challenge. Out it goes. Tassiane with the throw. Lofted in by Ari Borges. That last win in Brazil, we mentioned it pre-game. Mia Hamm, one of the scorers. Julie Foudy with the other goal. And only 4 of the current squad were born then.
That's insane.
Sonnet, Heaps, Campbell and Lavelle. I don't think they were watching. Kennedy Wesley wins it in the air. Avery Patterson tracking to get back, clears away towards halfway. Brought down by Heaps. Now Sophia Wilson up against Marisa on the far side. Tassiani coming across to defend against Emma Sears. Wilson will bring this one up. Forward it goes towards Sears. Sears cutting in towards the penalty area here. It's Emma Sears! And the legs of Ludmila, of the keeper, Lorena, able to keep that one out once again. What a night Lorena is having. And a red card is coming, presumably for Arthur Elias. He got a yellow in the first half.
She could not wait to give that card away.
I think maybe 2 reds. There's a few reds.
The whole staff is
Have Brazil
gone.
got anybody left on the bench? Definitely Arthur Elias.
That's bouncing up against her arm is what they're showing. He gives his bid back.
I mean, that's just ridiculous from a head coach. Well, now he's passing all the information to Marta. Was that his second yellow for kicking the ball away? Surely if he's off, he should be going.
He's like, let's just huddle up and do a little tactical session. He's like
He does not
Pochettino.
care.
Can we bring the laptop over, please? He doesn't care. Look at Emma Hayes giving him a stare down. Did you see that? She's like, get off. I'll tell you who's happy he's off. My mom did not like Arthur. Judy Foudy was watching at home.
You've been getting messages.
I've been getting messages, and Mom was like, I don't know if I like that Brazil coach, honey. I said, oh, okay, Mom.
Marta, I think, is coming in, and also Rafaele, the Orlando Pride defender. So experience coming in. Rafaele 34, Marta 40. And then 17-year-old Kailan.
For her debut for Brazil, the 17-year-old. I'm excited to see this. How about coming on with Marta as your debut with a crowd like this?
Talk about opposite ends of careers. Marta, age 40. Kailan, age 17. Subbing on with a player twice your age, or more than twice your age.
Crazy. 23 years between them.
The referee deserves every cent that she's earned tonight.
Yes, a gold medal. And
Here come the changes.
We're 79 minutes in, and again, let's remind everyone, it's 1-0 still. Brazil in this. And in large part thanks to the heroic effort in goal by Lorena. Some massive saves tonight.
So on comes Marta for cap number 212. 134 international goals for the Orlando Pride forward. Maren Yao leaving the game. And into the final 10 minutes. Although I'd be surprised if there's anything less than 10 minutes added on at the end of this one.
Great to see Marta out there. She'll be 41 at the World Cup next summer. And what a legend she is. 6-time FIFA World Player of the Year, but as we mentioned, has never been able to win that world title.
Here comes the corner for the US after a lengthy stoppage. Moultrie into the box. There was a player went down inside the area there as this one comes back in from Wesley. Heaps climbs, couldn't get there. I think it's Sonnet that went down. And Hutton face to face with Lorena. And a yellow card shown to Claire Hutton. Being told it's now being called an own goal by Isabella. Not a Sophia Wilson goal.
They took it away from Sophia Wilson. I do think that's a really good play by Claire Hutton there, because she saw Sonnet's down, their numbers down in the back, and what she's doing is saying, no, not now. You can't go yet. Takes one for the team with that yellow.
She played, of course, at Kansas City last year with Lorena. Sophia Wilson. Sears to the right. Wilson couldn't bring that one under control, but Moultrie was there to pick that one up. Raffaele on the far side comes away with the ball, but has given the foul away. Well, 8 minutes plus a considerable amount of stoppage time, and right now, anything could happen. The way this game has gone. Moultrie lifts it high. Ludmila trying to flick that one away, battling with Sears. Just kept in play off Sears, though. And Sears did well to prevent that one going for a throw. Here's Trinity Rodman, who was also delayed by Lorena. Back inside for Cooper. Really well done by Cooper.
She's been so good this game.
Patterson forward down the left for Sonnet, who is right now hanging out as striker.
What is she still doing up there? I'm not sure. I do love when she gets stuck up there, though. She just is like, okay, I'm going to stay.
One back by Rodman off Isabella. Played inside here for Sophia Wilson. It's Wilson pulling it wide. The chances keep on coming for the United States.
It's like this U.S. team just doesn't want to put this game away. That ball, unfortunately, not in stride with Wilson. She has to come back, reset, and then yanks it wide. But again, the U.S., so many opportunities to close this one out.
Wilson battling with Tarsiane on the far side. They've been much the better side in this second half, created more opportunities. And this game on another day could easily have been out of reach. Chances missed, saves made. And a free kick here for Brazil. US just trying to make sure it takes as long as possible for Brazil to get the ball back here to be able to take this free kick. Duda Sampaio, the Corinthians midfielder, going across to take it, a 51st cap. Inside the final 5 minutes plus stoppage time, as this one is swept in by Duda Sampaio, and the header goes wide from Raffaele. Have they done what Emma Hayes asked from game 1 to game 2 to change things?
I think this second half has clearly been better. You've seen a little bit more fatigue factor into that in terms of, I think, on the Brazilian side. It hasn't been as chippy as it was in that first half. And so you didn't have the success maybe in that first half because it was so chippy. As Marta gets into it. But I do think this second half, and again, it's Sonnet in the middle of it. And every NWSL player, Marta included, knows to keep an eye on Sonnet.
It's been a very difficult night for the referee, but credit to Paula Cebollada Lopez of Spain, who has done a decent job tonight in very difficult circumstances. It's just some of the facial expressions from Sonnet that tell the story of exactly what she thinks of every situation. Sears down the right side. Wesley flicks it away. Patterson defending, stands strong there against Ludmila.
You hear Emma Hayes saying, no way. No way is that a corner kick. And again, Brazil very much in this.
Fourth corner of the game. And Marta standing over it. Big moments here for the US to try and hold on as Caroline runs at Patterson. Caroline to the byline, headed away this time by Michelle Cooper again. Marta once more, now tied at 5 corners apiece. Cooper dealing with the teenage substitute, Kylane.
And the US has to be so very careful in the box with their marking. You see the jostling and the hands. You do not want to wrap a player and get called for a penalty kick here.
Marta in high towards the back post. And Claudia Dickey, I think, just made sure that one didn't go out. Coming up next is the CVS Health post-game show. It was the debutant, Kylane, at the back post, the 17-year-old from Flamengo. But these are great learning moments, aren't they, for this US team?
Oh, absolutely. And you know, one of the topics of discussion is, you know, the idea that we had 3, 4, 5 United States. They're going to talk about
another red card, I think. They're just running away now at this point. There's nobody left on the bench. Absolute chaos at times tonight in Fortaleza. But the United States, with a Sophia Wilson strike deflected off Isabella, currently hold the advantage. We wait and see how much time is to be added on. Sonnet did really well there, and out it goes for a US throw after it went off Bia Zanerato. In fact, Brazil throw given. Yeah, they knew, but they were trying to get away with taking it.
I think this referee crew is going to have itself a nice bath after this and be like, oh
next time they get the call for a FIFA match, home game in Brazil, probably not.
Not against the United States.
More used to European World Cup qualifying, this Spanish referee, in recent days. And top flight games in Spain. So Kennedy Wesley's had a great night. Michelle Cooper, especially second half, when asked to do a different role as well.
There was the red card to the one remaining staff member.
But everybody has stepped up, haven't they? Everybody out there tonight for the United States.
I think the changes made, so Cooper, Sears, Patterson, Wesley, who am I missing in there, have been really good tonight. Up to the physicality required in this.
We didn't see how much time is being added on here. So it really could be anything. Hutton's ball down the right side. Lindsay Heaps goes chasing. And you talk about some of those players who've come in and some of the younger players experiencing this sort of a situation for the first time, but then you also look at players like Lindsay Heaps and like Emily Sonnett,
yes,
who have got over 100 caps and have absolutely played that experience role tonight in this situation.
Have absolutely looked the part, that they have the experience, the nuance, the sophistication to understand this game and what it requires. And I do think, I completely agree, Luke, that Heaps and Sonnett have been superb as a veteran force, kind of stabilizing this team.
The throw comes in towards Wilson. Wilson plays it back. Sears couldn't get there. Two minutes of stoppage time has gone. Still no one aware of just how much time will be added on. Wesley away. Great job from Patterson. Really good against Caroline. The Brazil bench up in arms once again, the ones to the left anyway. There aren't many. I can only imagine what Arta Elias and all the rest of the coaches who've been sent off are doing right now in the locker room. There'll be things being thrown.
Patterson does such a good job of getting her body in between the two, so the only option Caroline had was to foul because her body is there.
But again, the experience shown from Avery Patterson there in this situation, in just a 14th cap at 23 years old, coming in here to be able to win that free kick against Caroline, it's magnificent. Zanerato sent off. Second yellow, and Bia Zanerato is done, and Sonnett is down.
Yeah, that was off camera. We did not see that. Oh, here it is. Not much there. It's got, oh. Oh, jeez. Okay.
We're not going to forget this one for a while.
Sonnett.
Well,
God love her.
If this is any indication of what the World Cup might be like next summer,
yeah,
it'll be quite a tournament.
and you've seen Marta.
There is VAR, so they... And now yellow for Dickey, maybe for time wasting. We're almost 5 minutes into stoppage time. Still no idea how long will be added on, and it will be a lot more now because Bia Zanerato won't leave the pitch. We just talked about the experience of Emily Sonnett.
Yeah.
And I suppose that comes under game management.
But to your point, there is VAR. Like, they see that. They saw that, what we saw.
Yeah.
And they still gave the red. I don't understand that.
We will have a post-game show coming up. Might not be very long if this game keeps going.
Oh, she's just going off. Okay.
So Bia Zanerato sent off for a second yellow card, a shove on Emily Sonnett. Back underway in the 96th minute here.
We still don't know what the stoppage time is, do we? They never flashed us that. Why do I feel there could be another 45 minutes here?
Crowd of over 55,000.
Nice.
Kennedy Wesley with the high ball forward. And Emma Sears is down.
This is her second time down as well, so
She just got
Again,
knocked by Ludmila.
another one to the head. She was looking at that before as well.
But with the advantage, the fact that there is no momentum in this game either way right now because of all the stoppages is not a problem for the United States as Emma Hayes continues to patrol the edge of that technical area. Sears with a throw down the line.
What I would give for Melissa Ortiz to be there right now in the post game for this one.
I can only imagine Emma Hayes post-game press conference here tonight. She had plenty to say after the defeat on Saturday in Sao Paulo.
And you know what she'll say is this is an experience that has been worth gold.
Yep.
To be here for these two games.
Yellow for Sears now.
Another yellow. I don't know how many we're up to now, Steve, but and it has been. I mean, to just have this notched on your belt of the experience of this when you face it come again when the U.S. qualifies. I say they're going to qualify. They still need to qualify. But when they qualify for the World Cup, they will have this experience and this chaos and know it. And that in itself is worth gold. Because if it's the first time coming to an environment like this that is this jarring, this chaotic, and you haven't experienced it before as a team, it is very unsettling.
Here's Trinity Rodman. Pulled it back here for Emma Sears, but the whistle has gone. A red card, I think, has been shown for Tarciane for an elbow on Sophia Wilson. Brazil down to 9 players. Not much doubt about that.
You see her coming back, actually looking for it here.
That's intentional. So 2 red cards for players, multiple red cards for coaching staff, including head coach Arthur Elias. Brazil unwinding in stoppage time. Yellow for Marta now, I think. That's at least 11 yellow cards. And maybe the referee right now just needs to blow the whistle.
Agreed.
In the 99th minute, because this is not going to calm down.
No.
Tarciane, who came on as a substitute, leaves the game with a wave to the crowd and a straight red for an elbow on Sophia Wilson, who is still down, and Ali Sentnor is getting set to come in. Almost 100 minutes on the clock. We had 53 minutes in the first half. Marta in conversation with Lindsay Heaps. Sophia Wilson being helped off to the far side. It was her shot deflected in off Isabella. I think the referee just
They have to be close.
says 3 minutes to Michelle Cooper. She held 3 fingers up. But maybe that's how many more reds she's expecting in the closing moments. Wow. Apparently the total is now 2 Brazil players and 4 coaches sent off. So 6 red cards in total amongst the playing staff and coaching staff of Brazil. They're now down to 9. Sophia Wilson is out and Ali Sentnor is in.
Yeah, I think Sophia Wilson had herself a good game as well. I think she'll be disappointed she didn't get one of those other goals. She had 2 other good looks on goal. And they ended up taking that goal away from her and calling it an own goal, but she was the one that, if this score holds, put the United States over the line. And that is the Sophia Wilson we're so used to seeing, now back from maternity leave.
They're heading towards the corner here with Moultrie.
I'm not sure that's the smartest play, given everything.
And Trinity Rodman stops Caroline from taking that quickly. The US with a 2-player advantage. 12 minutes of stoppage time played. And Rafaele of Orlando Pride with that ball forward. Gets it back from Marta, her club teammate. Down towards halfway it goes. Heaps. Sears will chase down the left touchline, but just can't keep it in play.
That throw was like 20 yards back there, actually.
Kennedy Wesley, safety first, straight out of play, under pressure from Caroline, but this is taken quickly. Won by Claire Hutton. Isabella with the throw.
You see the coaches and the staff gesturing to get everyone up.
Isabella with the long throw. Well won there at the back by Patterson. Here's Rodman carrying it forward into the path of Ali Sentnor. And Sentnor might be through here. Ali Sentnor just onto the pitch. She's going to head towards the corner. Moultrie goes down, wins the free kick.
Well done by the United States. Ali Sentnor recognizing, I'm not sure I can finish this one. And why not just kill time? And there it is, the United States holding on in a crazy, chaotic match. And it is the deflection off the Sophia Wilson shot.
And another red card shown now, maybe towards Caroline. A night of utter chaos in Brazil, but ultimately an incredible experience for Emma Hayes' team a year out from the World Cup. They win the game. Sophia Wilson with a strike deflected in by Isabella. It's been given as an own goal. There were more cards shown at the final whistle. A game that has seen 2 Brazil players sent off, 4 coaches. And security coming out to stand by the referees here. But this is a night where the United States battled bravely, where they went toe-to-toe with Brazil and came out on top, where some of the younger players stood up and showed that they can live in these moments on this stage.
Absolutely. And again, you look at this right here. Look at this craziness and this chaos. And this is what the World Cup could look like. And yet the difference, and sometimes it's not pretty. And this certainly wasn't the prettiest game we've ever seen. But you have to fight through it, and that's what the United States did tonight. They'll be ecstatic that it took a deflection to get them over the line. They had more chances than that, but it was the U.S. in the end, after that disappointing loss on June 6th, to come back 3 days later and leave Brazil with all of this experience, a win, most importantly, and really the knowledge of what it's going to look like in a year's time.
It wasn't pretty, but it was priceless in terms of the experience for this US team 12 months out from a World Cup. Stay with us. Coming up next, the CVS Health post-game show. Full time in Fortaleza. Brazil 0, United States 1.